Okay, so hello, Holly.
Hello, Michelle.
The first thing I noticed when Holly came in was like she has green nails. Show people your nails.
That's how green I am.
I thought green for ESG, very appropriate, right? But it's also green for Heineken, right? That's the color of Heineken.
That's literally what I thought about when I chose the color was, oh, I have a lot of Heineken things to go to, so I'll go green.
Yes, and she did share with me that she's got red toenails, so she looks very Christmassy as well. So she's hedged all her time from now till the end of December. So well done. Okay, so let's talk business. Okay, this is a serious conference. So, number one selling beer in Vietnam for a very long time now. I don't know how long, you can tell us. So, what's the secret of being a leading, proud, and responsible brewer in Vietnam?
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. So I think also at the heart of this question is really what is leading and what is winning, right? So when I heard that I was going to come to work at Heineken Vietnam, even though I worked at Heineken, the first thing I did was dig out the strategy and what's the strategic plan and the annual plan. And I was really proud that actually right in the ambition of Heineken Vietnam was to be a leading business, not just in things like market share, profitability, sales, also sustainability. And I think that's really true about Heineken, not just in Vietnam, but worldwide, is we want to win, we want to lead, but it's not only on business performance indicators, it's also on sustainability. So for me, that question about are you leading? Yes, but I'm really proud that we're leading not only in things like market share, it's about leading in sustainability. And one little anecdote on that, we have as a company, we called it the Golden Triangle, and it was how Heineken used to measure its business performance. And now it's changed to the Green Diamond because we've added sustainable and responsible metrics really in our global targets and our company targets. So now really in our strategy, we went from 3 financial indicators to a diamond with sustainable in it. So I think having that in your sort of business measurements really shows your commitment to wanting to lead.
The green diamond, that's really attractive, I must say. Okay, so you have won, or Heineken has won a top 3 most sustainable company 5 consecutive years, awarded by the Vietnamese government. Is that correct from what I read?
Yeah, correct. We've been top 3 for the last 6 consecutive years.
Sorry? Yep, 6, and that's pretty impressive. So what did it take to get there? I know you've got the green diamond, but maybe a little bit of deep dive on it wasn't easy, I'm sure. And you had to put in concrete steps into your business, made some hard choices.
Yeah.
So maybe please share with us. I'm very sure the corporates here are very interested in, maybe some one-on-one lessons learned on what did you have to do?
Yeah, and sometimes it's really like, where do you start with sustainability? It's so big. So I think the way that we look at it, we take a step back. We are a manufacturer and lots of other companies. So much of what I can share can be transferable. Doesn't matter what you produce. But the second is what we do produce is alcohol, right? And so that comes with its own set of responsibility. So when we look at our whole sustainability agenda, we call it Brewing a Better World. And in Vietnam, we call it Brewing a Better Vietnam. We really look holistically as a manufacturer and as an alcohol producer what that means. So it is divided into environment, it's divided into social, and it's divided into responsibility. And on environment, it's of course the indicators you would imagine is really about emissions, it's the path to being net zero. Actually, at Heineken, we want to be net zero in production by 2030. And in Heineken Vietnam, we want to do it by 2025. I'll share that later because that comes with its own challenges. So it's environment, but it's also about water. So beer is 95% water. So water for us, not just as a manufacturer, and all manufacturers use water in their processes, but we also have it in our product. So that's why water for us is really important and how we are efficient, but how we are circular, how we balance. And then circularity itself. So how do we more recycle? How do we make sure we upcycle? We send zero waste to landfill from all 6 of our breweries. So environment, I think, are topics which we can all relate to. And same on social. So social, we want to be in a fair, we want to be in an inclusive world. We have 3,000 employees in our company, and we want to make sure that on topics like inclusion and diversity, we have the right metrics and are taking the right actions to achieve that. And we also are big in the community. When you build a brewery, it's a huge investment for the long term. How do you interact with the communities you work with? And then lastly is responsible. Like I said, we're alcohol producers, so we really take that seriously, and we want people to enjoy our products. Everyone loves a beer, it's great fun, but there's a limit to that, and you want to make sure it's consumed responsibly. So on alcohol, we actually have a whole set of topics which is more relevant for our industry. So I'm sharing you all of this. Why? Because it's big, you don't know where to start sometimes, but the key thing is you need to have some sort of a structure. You need to have a plan, and you need to have goals, and you need to be bold enough to announce those goals, even if you don't know if you're going to make them. But it's the first step, and that's what Heineken Vietnam has been very good at consistently, is setting goals, making them public, tracking them, being honest about how we're doing and the challenges, and taking a little step every day. We want to be a little bit greener every day.
It completely resonates, because as a banking industry, it's the same for us. We put it out there, and when I ask the question internally, how are we going to get there? Say, we don't know yet, but we will get there. But the most important is we need to make sure that, we put our money where our mouth is, and this is what we are committing to. But of course, I mean, it's a big challenge, and it's super scary, but I think that if you make it transparent, the whole organization aligns behind it. And I think that's the very first brave steps, right? Okay, so Holly has also agreed to take questions, guys. So please get your questions ready. Maybe Spencer, we missed you out the last round. You might want to have a question for Holly. You could be the first one, but after my question. Okay, so you talked about interim 2024. So what's all that about?
Okay, so we set some 2025 goals. We want to be 100% renewable energy, 100% water balanced, and zero waste to landfill. Okay, so waste to landfill, actually already achieved it last year. So like I said, 6 out of 6 breweries, we don't send any waste to landfill, which is incredible. Now, on renewable energy, it's a tale of two halves. So we have thermal energy, because we brew beer. We've got to heat up our it's like heating in the kitchen, right? So we've got thermal energy, and actually at all 6 of our breweries, there is a biomass plant next door, across the road, on our land, nearby, that sends us all the renewable thermal energy. So actually thermal energy, tick. Electricity. Actually, this is the easy part when it's in Europe. Everybody's got the renewable electricity and they can't do the thermal. And here we're the other way around. So it is exciting. We heard that there is opportunities with solar, but frankly, a lot of the government frameworks are challenging. And for us as a big manufacturer to access large-scale renewable electricity is still very, very challenging. So we're about, out of that 100% total, we're about 55, 60% renewable energy. We've got to try and find those solutions in the next 2.5 years. And then on water balance, I'm really pleased that we are going to make that one. Water balance means that the water that's in our beer, we are going to find a way to replenish that back into nature. So nature-based solutions, reforestation, restoring wetlands, is a way to actually put water into the ground. It's not just for CO2. So we really, we've done a great partnership with WWF, and they are going to find us, they are finding us, and they've done it, the solution of how we can put back the volume of water in our beer back into the environment in Vietnam. So that's our 2025 goals. You can see some tick, some halfway, some nearly there. And then we just be honest and talk about the challenges as well as not just what's going great.
So the next time when I pick up a Heineken, I'm going to have Holly flashback, seriously, because it really sounds very intense, right? And it's going to taste extra good because obviously it's extra effort. It's huge effort. And we we got to be so appreciative of when big corporates actually show the way on what good looks like, and be very clear about the challenges and work systematically towards it.